I think we are recording right now. Hopefully you can hear me okay. If not, I'll talk over it. But I wanted to show you how to use the laser on the Epic 2. And so I'm at the store because I don't have the laser. So what they're suggesting that you do is of course I may want to get the laser, use the laser. So what we're going to do is I have the S foot on over here. I have the S foot, and I'm into the I menu, and I picked like the half a heart that goes to the left, and that is stitch 1 in the I menu. And then I want to turn on the laser. So to turn on the laser, I'm going to come over here, and right here is this picture of, sort of looks like a magic wand. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Zoom in, that would be the wrong way. It looks like this. It looks like a wand with sparks coming out of it. So I'm going to turn that on. And then when I turn that on, can you see the light that came on right there? So that's going to be my guideline. This is going to help me stitch, okay? And then when I do that, it comes over and I have a laser guidance window right here. And let me see what they want your settings. They want the position, this position to be 0, and it's 8 right now. So I'm going to set that up for 0. So that's the positioning. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, let me show you what that does. If you look at the laser here, like that, if I move this, you can see the laser moving left and right. So you can line it up to whatever you want to align it against. But here they're suggesting 0, okay? And the brightness would be your desired setting. So this is the brightness. And you can drop it down and up. But since I'm in the visually challenged crowd, bright is better than not. I have it set at 10, which is the maximum, okay? And I've selected the stitch, and what will happen is, this is like a pictogram. So when I push this button, and I'm just going to push the start button right here. I'm going to put my needle stop down. There it is. And I'm going to hit my start stop button. So that is, I have to find it here because they're all in different places. It's right here. This is a little square and triangle. So I'm going to hit that. Said it would stop, and it stops. So what it's done now is it stopped at the very end, and I can see them on the laser, okay? And I'm just following the directions. Surprise, surprise, that doesn't happen often. And then you'll be stitching randomly over this. So start the stitch, it says wherever you want to go, stitch the first repeat. This is stitching the heart design, like the left side of the heart. Stops, it says lower the needle. I use needle stop down, and rotate the fabric 180 degrees. Now how do I know I have it rotated 180 degrees? Because I can line my laser right up with this end of my heart, so I know I've rotated it perfectly. Because I'm at the point of the heart. Now I'm at the, whatever they call that, the center of the heart, we'll call it, okay? And I'm going to stitch my second heart. Let me see here. Okay, we need to, before we do that, I need to select stitch 2, because I need to stitch the other half of the heart. Okay, so I selected stitch 2, okay? I'm going to come back down here, and I have lined up my laser, and I'm going to hit my start stop button. I'm going to slow it down just a bit. And we'll cut, let me see what it says. Maybe I'll read the directions. Okay. Stitch the second heart. So it says to rotate it. Stitch the second heart. Rotate it 90 degrees. If I rotate 90, that doesn't seem like I'm going to get it because I think, oh, well, I did it backwards. Okay, so we'll cut this. I did it backwards. I was supposed to start I was supposed to start with that one first, and so I ended here instead of up here, but that's all right. We're just going to cut the thread and we're going to do it again because we're playing. I just have to find the thread cutter. Every one of these is in a different place. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to start right here, and I'm going to pick the one that starts number 2, that starts at the bottom because I want to end at the bottom, and you'll see why in a few minutes, okay? So I'm going to do that, come back here, and then I'm going to hit my start stop button. I'm going to rotate 180 degrees, and I'm going to pick stitch number 1, which is the other side of the heart. Okay? And I'm going to bring my foot up just to check. It looks like I'm right at the point of the heart, so that's good. So they want me to now rotate 90 degrees. So if I was really good, I would have drawn myself a 90-degree angle, but I didn't. And I'm going to go back to the step 2, stitch 2. Rotate 180, line up my laser right up with the point there, and pick step 1. And I'm going to raise my foot, and I'm not quite at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is bring my needle up, my foot up just a little bit, and I'll move it over and put my needle down, and nobody will ever know any different. So now I'm finished that again. I'm going to rotate again 90 degrees, and again, I probably should have drawn these lines, but and go back to step 2. Needle stop down, rotate 180, bring it back to that center point, change the stitch to 1. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this, I think. In a perfect world, I probably would have trimmed my tails. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to rotate 90 degrees. I'm going to pick 2. I'm going to rotate, match my points with my laser. I don't know that I could have done this without the laser. This is really very helpful. And cut my thread. Where is it? And through the use of the laser, I was actually able to create this flower. Okay? Now, they also have in here directions for stitching all the way down, right across, using, let me find here, stitch 9. And for some reason it looks like 19, I9 looks like 19 to me. So they want you to pick stitch I9 right here, okay? And I've got that up. And now what I can do is come down here, and again with the laser on, and I probably would have, I myself personally would draw a line right here. I would draw a line right down here, and then I can keep my laser light on the line to make it easier for me to follow what I'm doing. But what they want you to do is line the laser. They wanted me to draw a line, which I didn't. And so after each repeat, so what I should do here is, if I have a line, what they're saying is that if I start here and I start stitching this, isn't the best thing to do. Going off the edge. And it stops. So what I would do is line this up. If I have to, I bring my needle up, bring my foot up just a little bit, and by bringing my foot up, how I did that, just a little tiny bit, is instead of hitting the up down, I hit the down again, the foot, pass the foot down again, and it raised it just a little bit, and I can scooch it over and line it up, and I can scooch it and line it up with my drawn line again. And then I'm just going to hit start. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this all the way across. Stop, and since I don't have a line, I'm just going to have to keep going. And I can show you the line business on my machine. I just don't have the laser. The laser just makes it so much easier. Now they want you to do this all the way across. I really don't want to. So I'm going to put my presser foot down. I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to line up my laser with that line right there. Okay, I'll pull this over a little bit. Line this up. And I'm going to pick stitch 10, which is just a mirror image of stitch 9. And with lining my laser up right here, I'm going to start. Now, I'm going to bring my needle up. I'm going to lift my presser foot a little bit. And what I'm lifted a lot so you guys can see. I'm not quite at that line. So I move over. Right here. I move over just a little bit so my needle is going right in there. But I'm using that laser to keep me oriented. I'm ready again. I'm going to hit the start stop. And I'll lift my presser foot again to show you guys. And again, I'm not quite lined up, which quite happens with all the feed with all these bigger these bigger stitches like this. I do this all the time. So I just move it over, and you'll see right here, you cannot tell that I move this. I'll try to bring it up a little bit. You cannot tell that I move this at all. So I'll do one more, which may not work at all because I kind of didn't gauge this properly. I'm just going to stop it and cut the thread. So now you can do this, and you know what? This is like a snowman. Hey, I could do something cute with that. That looks like a snowman. So I don't have these nice big stitches with the laser on my machine. That's on the Epic too, and you can see how that's helped me to line up and create this. Okay? That's it. We're done.